Hey everybody, this is Coach Tara with CoachTara.com. Today's day 30 of my 10K 62-day video challenge, and as soon as I opened up my Facebook this morning, I was given my content for today's video. This is going to go against a lot of people, what they've told you about this. It's totally, let me say this. I'm going to go against what a lot of people say on this subject. You can take it, you can leave it, you can decide, hey, you know what, she's right, or you could decide to say, she doesn't know what she's talking about. But I'm going to tell you this, in my experience, and I've been on Facebook almost since the very beginning of Facebook time, that when I have found myself in in-depth conversations with people that never bothered to accept my friend request. And what I consider a waste of time is having conversations with people that don't care to become friends with me on Facebook and social media. Okay? So, I've always had this rule. I always have shut off messages for people that are not my friends. They want to be friends with me? Shoot me a friend request. Now, there's a reason why I say this. If you are in business, you don't have time to be inundated with messages from people that you don't know, that aren't friends with you, that you can't react with, that you can't, interact with, and so forth. So your Facebook page needs to be the way your Facebook page needs to be. It can't be loaded with advertisements. It can't be loaded with political nonsense. It's got to be a place where people want to get to know you. When I send a friend request, I had never have a problem with getting accepted because the person's able to look at my page and say, hey, she seems pretty cool. Like, she's not going to, spam my wall and tag me and stuff. So, that's pretty cool. I'll accept this girl's friend's request because she's obviously public. She's obviously in business. She's obviously a professional at what she does. And this would be a great relationship. I don't have to send messages when I send a friend request. And this is what I keep hearing over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. You should send a friend request when you send a, there's one person that even constantly bitches about it. Like, why would I ever accept a friend request when somebody didn't send me a message? Well, you can't look at their profile? You can't look at them and say, this is somebody I think I'd like to be connected with? You can't figure that out? That's too much work? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get that. So, I want to show you something that I found today. Okay, that I know that Facebook changed from the other messages, and I used to check those regularly just to be sure, there are people that want to do it that way, and I want to respect that, but I'm not going to engage in a conversation with somebody that I'm not friends with. Just not going to do it. So if I see a friend request and I see in the other folders that somebody has messaged me, and they didn't send me a link, or they didn't tell me that they were looking for business people, I've actually had people say, well, I'm looking to expand it. I'm not your fucking prospect. Don't do that. Don't do that. Right? So, but they've changed it. And now you have this other thing. And it's all called message requests. Now, what I did not know. Let's go back here. Message requests. This is what I was seeing. 2 requests. Didn't see anything more than that. Nothing at all. Today, for some reason, because I have my regular requests, from the people I know that are friends with me, I have 2 requests here that I'm just not going to accept because I don't need to have a conversation. Then I saw that. I'm like, what is this? Filtered requests. Look at how many people Facebook thought that I wouldn't want their message. They didn't even put it in the regular message requests. There's a lot of people in here that are sending me pictures or sending me, you are so beautiful, and there's even some that have a link right that you could see right off the bat. Like that. Like, why would you send me that link? But there's a few in here that I discovered that are either connected to me business-wise that Facebook should have put into the regular message request, so I should have seen it. I should have seen that. So what I'm saying to you is this. Let me go ahead and make myself bigger. If you want to talk to somebody, send them a friend request. If they're the type of person that gets all bent out of shape and their willy gets wonky because you didn't send them a message before you sent them a friend request, then you don't want to talk to them. It's pretty simple. You'll find, and I don't know how this isn't like why my philosophy on this isn't commonplace, because man, when in Facebook 2, 3, 4 years ago, you would get messages. I mean, you couldn't control who messaged you. If you had Messenger open, anybody on Facebook could message you, and you had to basically make it just friends can message you. You had to set that because you would just literally, I had people that would take me on road trips up and down and up and down. We go through debates and all sorts of crazy stuff. And then I would go, and I would look at their wall and I would see we're not even friends. They haven't even accepted my friend request and they want to argue with me and take my time up in my messages. So I've said it that way and I'm never going to change. And when I send a friend request, it's very rare that I'll send a message with it. Extremely rare. So just because a couple of gurus want to tell you that that's the way you should do it, it's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true. I don't want you to miss out on making real connections with people that really are interested in being connected with you, because down the road, those connections can turn into business partnerships. Okay? If somebody's coming to you and they're looking at you as a prospect right away, they're not conducting their business correctly. Maybe you should help them out with that. That's all I got to say on that. You know what I'm saying? If they want to connect with you, they should connect with you. Don't just send someone a message and hope that they're going to engage in a conversation with you when you're not friends. When you're not friends. Now, I would think that Facebook would not put mutual business partners, that are in the same teams and stuff as me, wouldn't put your message in a obscure message box I didn't know existed. I would have thought that would be under regular message requests. Right? Not under filtered requests. It doesn't make sense. So, because Facebook is doing it crazy, I just want to warn you, if you're trying to get in touch with me, your best bet is to send me a friend request. And if you're not a total jerk off on your Facebook, I'm going to accept your friend request. And I'm not going to look at you as my next conquer. I'm not going to come in and swoop in and send you my link. That's just not how I do business. That's not at all how I do business. So, with that being said, this is going to go against the grain for a lot of people. And, that's okay. I don't mind making waves or challenging what you believe about this. I can't believe I'm, like Margaret, you can see the chat right there. I just don't understand why that chat did not get to me faster. Why it wasn't in the regular filtered request. Why I didn't see that Margaret was reaching out to me. Hey, we're in the same team. I'm under this person. Hey, do you use this autorespond? That conversation I should have been able to have without having to be friends with them. Filters on Facebook are nonsense. So you've got to decide whether or not, I know that big chat, what I've got there under those filtered requests, I didn't want to see half that. I do not want those messages coming to me. I am not going to change my settings. But if you want to get in touch with me, the best way to do it, where I can't stop you from messaging me, is on my fan page. And then once we're there, let's make connections. If that's how you want to do it, let's make a connection over on my personal page so we can chat easier. Because Facebook business chats, they're a little bit more difficult to maintain because you can't sometimes respond as fast as you want to. So with that being said, filter, but check that filtered request because they're hiding stuff in there that might be important to you. Okay? Along with all those hundreds of spam messages that you would have gotten if you didn't have your settings set up correctly. You should be public on Facebook 100%. There may be pictures of your kids or your grandchildren or this and that you don't want to involve. Then you keep those pictures, friends and family only. And there's nothing wrong with that. But in general, someone should be able to come to your page and check out who you are. Find out what it is that you like to do. And kind of, get to know you a little bit before they get to know you. This way they can send you a friend request. And you can go back and look at their page. And if all you see is sunglass tags and advertisements for business or whatever kind of awful stuff happens out there in the world, lots of politics, whatever, then you can know, hey, no, I don't want to be friends. You can go ahead and follow me and interact with me publicly on my page, but we're not going to be friends. Because, no. Or you could say, hey, maybe this person needs my help. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. 10 minutes long is a long time for a video, but I just wanted to tell you, don't listen to them when they tell you should be sending a message first. Most people are not accepting all those freaking spam messages in their freaking inbox all the freaking time. You want to know what, when you log on and you see people have like 100 messages they haven't checked, you want to know why they have 100 messages they haven't checked? Because they've overwhelmed themselves with spam by not having their settings set up correctly. You don't have time for that. You are a business person. You need to be getting to work. You need to be associating with people in your inbox that are connected with you one way or another. Unfortunately, Facebook isn't seeing connections. So, go and check your filtered requests. Double check and see if you got someone in there that you wanted to talk to. Don't open all of them. For sure, don't open all of them, because 90% of the ones you're going to find in there are complete bullshit and spam. You don't want nothing to do with it. They're going to talk about how lovely you are and how they want to get married. And then the other people are going to be talking about how you should join their opportunity and give you their freaking replicated website link. You do what you want with that. But there might be some gold in there. There might be some people in there that you should be connected with that you need to know about. But otherwise, stop doing that, guys. Stop messaging people that you want to be friends with. Just make sure you look like somebody that is friendly. Make sure you look like somebody that somebody would want to be friends with. What I do is I go through my friend request, I open the profile, and I scroll down. 2 scrolls. I look. If I can't see anything, they're not going to be my friend. There's a couple of things. But if you're open and you're real and you're honest and you're sharing yourself and you're not being too much of a spammer and you're doing the right thing for your life and you're not complaining and you're not sharing about politics, you're not hating on religious organizations, then I'm going to friend you. I'm going to accept your friend request. You don't need to send me some message to tell me about that. Then we'll talk. As soon as you send me the friend request, and I've seen it, I'll either send you a message asking what inspired you, or I'll accept and then I'll ask you what inspired you. And if that conversation goes south, then all I have to do is click the unfriend button. It's pretty easy. So, with that being said, get out there, guys. Rock your world. It's Friday. That doesn't mean it's the end of the week. What it means is the beginning of the weekend. Go have fun. Peace.